Welcome to Scorched Earth. This is going to be a general mid-month reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon and Ascendant. If you don't know what your Moon or Ascendant signs are, have a look in the description box. There's a link down there that will help you. And then you should have a watch of your Moon and Ascendant signs, because they can give you a better overview of what's going on with you generally than just the snapshot that you'll get by your Sun sign. Now, massive gratitude time. Thank you so much. I got up on Monday to discover, well, that which I already knew, which was that Mercury had gone direct, and that made me feel awesome. But also that I had sailed past 10,000 subscribers, and I was utterly delighted. It's a massive milestone for me. So thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed, commented, liked the videos, shared the videos, reached out for personal readings, just messaged me with your stories and donated. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you. Each and every one of you. So March feels nice. That's good. Which is good, because February felt quite shit for quite a bit of it. Not because anything shit happened, because it really didn't. But the combination of Mercury retrograde with Piscean energy on top. My God, for such a gentle sign, your energy is fucking savage. I was all emotional. I was feeling almost needy. I couldn't deal with it at all. So it's given me a newfound appreciation for the energy that you will kind of swirl around in all the time. Wow, I can't deal with it at all. I have 3 Piscean women I am extraordinarily lucky to count as friends. 4 actually, now I think about it, and they're just the most beautiful souls, and I love them dearly, and I have no issue with them whatsoever. My daughter is also Pisces. It's the energy. But I'm not going to hold it against you. I understand it for what it is. And actually, I made good use of it, so it's all good. Anyway, with all that waffling out of the way, it's a mid-month reading, so it's going to be shorter than the monthly general ones. I'm going to pull 3 cards to see where you are right now, what your energy's doing. Now it's stopped battering me over the head. And then 3 cards to see what's coming towards you, and then another 3 cards of advice, I think is the plan. I'm going to try not to clarify, because that'll keep it a bit shorter. But we'll see how we go. Kind of broke my own rule with Scorpio, and I think I might have done it with Libra as well. We'll see. Rules are there to be broken. 3 cards for Pisces, please. What is Pisces energy right now? Oh, that one proper flipped out. Ooh, Ace of Wands. Exciting. I like that. 2 more cards for Pisces. Ooh. Queen of Wands. Oh my God. Pisces. Right, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Death card followed by the Sun. That's Scorpio and Leo, respectively. If you're dealing with either one of those, then all good. But given the cards that have just dropped out on the table, I suspect this might be your energy, and I'm loving it. So, and I'll explain why in a second, right? So, the 3 cards that you've got are the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. 2 aces. Wow, you're on fire. So, the aces contain the potentiality of the suit that they represent, right? So the Ace of Wands is all about new or renewal of passion, creativity, great creativity. Anything that gets you excited. And I feel actually a great celebratory energy off this card. And as I'm looking at it, it looks remarkably like the 4 of Wands to me, even though it's not, and I've never really looked at it that way. There's something in your energy at the moment that you are tremendously excited about. And like I said, it's either a new thing, or it's something that you've already been involved with that you have got a renewed passion for. Now, this could be a project of some description, right? But it's literally anything that makes you excited. So this could be a new relationship. That's possible. And we have got the Ace of Cups on the table already. So, that's a thing. But it could be a new hobby. It could be a new business if you're sufficiently excited about it. It's new. Or renewed feelings for. And it's in the here and now, because that's how the wand suit works, right? It's very sparky. It's a flash of inspiration sometimes about a new thing that you could do, that you get tremendously excited about. Yeah, this Four of Wands just is popping out at me, even though this isn't the Four of Wands card, you know. And that's a great celebratory energy. That can sometimes be the wedding card. You know, but it talks about home, and it talks about those things that feel like home. So this is something very close to home for you that is giving you a feeling of excitement at the moment. And it's followed swiftly by the Queen of Wands. Right. Now this is the Fire Queen, so this could denote an Aries, Leo, Sagittarian in your midst. It doesn't have to be a woman, it's just the feminine qualities of the fire suit. So it's quite receptive, but at the same time, of all the queens, this is the one who's most likely to pounce off on an adventure. Okay? She's usually got a cat down by her feet, although that indicates her psychic ability. Like, there's something quite feline about the Queen of Wands anyway. You know, she's happy to sit for a while and allow things to come to her, you know, bask in a sunbeam somewhere. But if there's something that she wants, she's off like a lion. You know, the lionesses are the ones that go and catch the prey, but they do a lot of sitting around in the meantime, accepting things to them. I feel like this is an energy more than a person, and that's why I'm delighted to see it come out with the Ace of Wands, because this is something that you are feeling really passionate about, and you are feeling like you're getting ready to pounce on this. And maybe this is an opportunity of some description that is in your energetic sphere right now, and you are using exactly the right energy to make the best use of this opportunity. Aries season is coming up. I think it starts like the 20th or the 21st of this month of March. So maybe there's something that you're just waiting to pounce on. You know, the opportunity's coming and you're getting ready, you're getting into the right frame of mind in order to jump on it as soon as it presents itself properly. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. Now, I said it's the Ace of the Cups suit. Now, these two together could absolutely be a new relationship, 100%. In its very early stages, you know, that new relationship energy kind of thing going on, where like your cup floweth over with, you know, love and emotion and all that kind of thing, and the potential of where this can go. And there's a heavy sexual component to it as well, if it is a relationship. If it isn't, then this is something, this opportunity that has come up isn't just something that you're excited about. This isn't just an outlet, an opportunity to be used as an outlet for your creativity, but it's something that you are prepared to put a level of emotional investment into too, because it's got the capacity to be incredibly emotionally fulfilling for you. I know this all sounds quite vague, and I'm not going to pull any clarifiers on this, but if this message is for you, then you're going to understand what I'm talking about. And if we come back to the shadow cards at the bottom of the deck, Death is the card of Scorpio, like I said, but it's also the card of transformation, you know, extreme transformation. It can sometimes be endings, but like, I don't really like that as a keyword for Death, because it doesn't really honor the process of energy, right? Energy cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed, it merely changes form, right? And that's why transformation is a better keyword for me than endings, because inherent for me within an ending is a new beginning, because the death energy comes along and it takes away the old, the things that you don't need, the things that are holding you back from growing, moves it all out of the way relentlessly, and then you have a void with which you can fill new things. And what you've got two fucking aces right here. You've got new things to fill this space, but there's an idea that there's something about this that is going to transform you personally as well as your circumstances. And then underneath we've got the Sun, which is the card of Leo, and that is the most positive card in the deck. You know, it talks about absolute pure joy. Interestingly, all we have on the table is fire and water. Scorpio is water, Ace of Cups is water, Leo is fire, Ace of Wands is fire, Queen of Wands is fire. All right, so you're aligning with your own element. You're using, you know, your attributes and your skills as a water sign, but you're employing some fire too, which I really, really like. And it could just be that this fire energy is about this living right here, right now, waiting for an opportunity, pouncing on it. But I sense great excitement and I love it. So, it's really cool. I like it, Pisces. What we don't want, yeah, so what's coming towards you? I kind of lost where I was for a second there. I was just looking at how pretty this. Do you know what? I'm going to show you this because this is what just distracted me so much. There's a transitional energy. Like there's a visually transitional. What's going on here? Right, we've got solid blue and this kind of red and orange and yellow and all that kind of thing, and this Queen of Wands is sitting in the middle as this transition, right? So if this is a person who is involved in this, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, then that's cool. They're helping you traverse this. But if this is you, then that in and of itself is a transformational energy, right? You're transmuting from one element to another seamlessly. That's sexy as fuck. Well done, Pisces. I love it. Right. Anyway, I've got that out of the way. What's coming towards Pisces for the last 2 weeks of March, please? Awesome. I'll show you in a second. What's coming towards Pisces, please? Ooh, and there's the next one. Oh, wow. This is... Oh, I've just... Oh. Yes, thank you. This is a really important period for you, Pisces. Really important. One more card for what's coming towards Pisces, please. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull a clarifier for that one. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Swords, which often talks to me about a block, right, of some description, and it's usually an intellectual block, because this woman, she's blindfolded and she's got these two swords, you know, and the idea is that she's got a choice to make, but it's an intellectual one because she's got her back to the moon and she's got her back to the water. She's depriving herself of the opportunity of inputting that knowledge, you know, that emotional knowledge and that higher wisdom, that intuition, stopping her from making a choice. It's a block. But directly under that, we've got the Three of Cups, which is your energy. And that talks about celebration. I mean, talk about celebration with friends. Talk about reconciliation, reunion, that sort of thing. But there's a sense of you powering through a blockage with it. Because you're kind of sitting on the fence here, you're refusing to make a decision. Look how far away the moon is, right? They're back to it. The moon's much closer here. There's celebration here. So, anyway, the first card you've got, the one that made me cackle like a witch, is the Ten of Cups. Awesome. Here, in your present energy, you've got the potential for this. And we're back to this, you know, transmuting, but you've leapt straight from the Ace to the 10. You haven't bothered traversing any of the shit in between. You haven't needed to, right? This is a hella opportunity that is in your midst at the moment. And the Ten of Cups talks about complete emotional fulfillment. Like that's what it is. I mean, some people call it the happy family card, but I don't really like that very much. Because it's a bit traditional, and I'm not really that traditional. What it talks about is not just you, but other people truly getting a lot of fulfillment from whatever this opportunity is. You know, we've got the rainbow in the background, and for me that talks about new starts in and of itself, and we've got two aces on the table. You know, it's idyllic, it's pleasant, it's peaceful. This is what's coming towards you. Now, if this is a relationship, then this is a good one. I like it quite a lot. Okay? But if it's not, if it's just the seizing of this opportunity, it is everything that you think that it will be, right? It actually is. And then the next card that you've got is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, interestingly, this is a fire card as well. Right, this is the card of Sagittarius, but this card brings our attention to the fact that we're on a wheel, right? We're always on a wheel. The wheel is always turning, right? And sometimes it goes down and sometimes it comes up, right? But it only ever turns up for me when it's on its way up. It's really interesting, actually. Sagittarian energy has been all over everybody's fucking readings. There's no absolute tarts. They're just tarting around and trampling over everybody's reading. But it could be a person, fire sign. But if it's not, and I feel like it's not, it feels like divine orchestration, right? This opportunity that's being presented to you, like in the taking of it, you are soaring up this wheel. You know, it's not just sort of creaking around and nah, this is like straight up, and I love it. And it's sitting directly as it appears on my table, directly under the Queen of Wands. Like, I'm feeling something very instinctive. You know, you're really going with your gut on this. Actually, now I think about it, it's quite interesting just how much Leo energy has been coming up in Pisces readings for a while now, for quite a long time. It's like you might have Leo somewhere in your chart quite strongly, but if you don't, then there's just an instinctive use of an energy that is good for you. And I love that it's good for you, because your energy, frankly, is shit for me. No, it's not. Like, I keep saying that, but it actually isn't. It just made me uncomfortable. But I used it in the right way, and I pulled a lot of shit out of my mental cupboards and examined it and felt it and wallowed around in it for a little bit, and then I put it in the right place. So, in fact, your energy was incredibly helpful. I just, ow, really. Anyway. The last card you've got is the Five of Swords. And this is the one that I wanted to pull a clarifier for, because I don't really understand why it's there. The Five of Swords can talk about a break in communication, right? It's swords, so it's words and it's thoughts and it's communications, whether those be expressed internally or externally. And sometimes it can talk about, people who will say anything to win. It's sometimes people who will, verbally spar for the sake of it. Sometimes it's really unpleasant conversations that we don't want to have, where the other person concerned is, delivering very cutting and very wounding kind of expressions. But sometimes it can just talk about a breakdown of communication. I'm going to pull a couple of clarifiers, because there are an awful lot of things that it could be, and I want to make sure that it's right. So, whoa. Five of Swords. Whoa. Okay. So, I'm sure there's a card that flipped there. There was. Queen of Cups. That's your queen. Could be a Cancer involved. The two cards that you've got to clarify are Justice, Major Arcana, card of Libra, and the King of Pentacles. Now, the Justice card can refer to things like legal contracts and stuff like that. Anything that has a legal component to it, frankly, so it can be court proceedings and stuff. Maybe that's something that you're dealing with. With the Five of Swords being here, it could suggest if there's any aspect of that you have been dealing with, it's actually going to come out in your favour. So that's a good thing. And with the King of Pentacles here as well, that's a really solid, responsible energy. It could be a Capricorn or a Virgo or a Taurus involved. But if it's not, it's a sense of not only things being found in your favour, but there being some level of resource enhancement and comfort off the back of it. All right. Maybe you're selling your house. I noticed this chap in the card here looks like he's got all of his worldly possessions on his back. It's like headed off, right? Yeah, take it as it resonates to you. But if that isn't it, then I feel like this is perhaps the resolution of some kind of verbal conflict that you have had with somebody. perhaps with a mediator, actually, because I'm noticing that there are these two characters here on these cards, and there's a small boy in each at the bottom, apparently conversing with these characters. Look at that. Right, on each side, little boy. Looks like he's mediating between the two bigger characters in the corner of the card. Tell me about the Five of Swords. What does I need to know about the Five of Swords? Strength. Now that's another Leo card. More fire energy, and Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. Ace of Pentacles directly underneath that. Underneath that, the Ten of Wands. Like, yeah, there's a resolution to something. That's been hard. Maybe this is what the celebration is. Maybe this is what you are celebrating. Yeah, I cannot ignore the fact that we've got more fire on the table, and it is Leo. Right. And as I've put it down on the table, it's sitting in between these two cards. Right. This King of Pentacles and this Justice. Something's coming to a close. Something's coming to an end, and it's bringing in new opportunities off the back of it. And you've learned a lot from it, because that's what the Strength card talks about. It talks about learning to be strong internally by struggling with things. And like, the Five is very unstable energy. It is about things shifting. It is about things changing. If you've got people leaving your life, let them go. It's time. You know, if you find yourself exiting somebody else's life, it's time to go. It's the right thing to do. Like Strength and Justice together. We talk about a lot of things in that combination, but it does feel like there's a sense of karmic evolution from what you have experienced. Shit. Yeah, I like it. But you'll have to let me know in the comments which one of them it is, because I think it could go anyway at this point. So, let's get some advice for you, please. Some cards of advice for Pisces. I'm not going to take that because it didn't flip. Didn't jump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Fucking hell. Like, you've got another ace. That's 3 aces. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles again. Right? Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. But, you know, material comfort, dependability, reliability. Someone who takes care of and provides for others. It could be a father figure, possibly. Maybe you had a falling out with a father figure, something like that. But it's balance being brought to the situation, just as Justice talks about balance being brought to the situation. Right. The 3 cards of advice that you've got are the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Now, this is really interesting to me because we've got the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands here on the table. The Ace of Cups is out on the table, and I saw the Queen of Cups flipped when I was getting out these clarifiers. And then we've got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords here, right? The Queens are all extremely receptive energy, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is sitting just slap bang in the middle of your reading. Like, it feels like you cracked open and opened up beautifully, Pisces, to the new possibilities that can come in for you. And they're coming in thick and fast, right? The Queen of Swords is sometimes considered a bit of a harsh energy, but I think she gets a bit of a bad rap. Like, what she does is she tends to put emotions to one side about things. And interestingly for me, she is the lower echo of the Justice card, right? She's kind of like the Justice energy personified in here. And I also see her quite often as kind of like the last filter before the king. Like the Page and the Knight and the Queen, they all seem to weed out the bollocks that the King of Swords doesn't have to deal with. So when stuff is finally presented to him, he literally just makes a decision one way or another about, you know, what is best for the most, you know, amount of people, kind of, pretty much. But this Queen, she has to employ a level of discernment about the truth and validity of what is put in front of her that the king doesn't seem to feel to me like he needs to. He's got a much kindlier energy about him. She can be a little bit harsh, right? She's come up with the Ace. And I think it's asking you to employ your intellect and your reason, right, and make logical decisions about how you move forwards. Because I do get the impression, like, this is so awesome up here. I feel like it could be a little bit overwhelming for you, actually. Particularly since, as an energy, as I've discovered recently, you're not very grounded. Like, you do float about. It's a very dreamy quality to it. It's light and it's all that kind of thing. All of this good stuff hitting you at once is just going to be... Yeah, because you're not tethered to anything. Now, the Queen of Swords is an air sign, not really, you know, rooted to anything in particular, but she does have this lightness of mental, you know, ability. I think you're being asked to kind of think carefully, see the truth in all of the matters. Don't get bowled over by it, you know. Don't let your emotions get the better of you, because you have the ability to see very clearly what not just is being offered to you, but the way forwards. I think there's a great clarity of thought, clarity of expression. You know, this is going to be a month where you're going to be able to say exactly what you mean, and you're not going to struggle for words. You're not going to struggle to express yourself. You're going to say what you mean and mean what you say, and that is going to translate into other people's brains very, very well. But make sure that you do this, and don't just hide away and kind of like get overwhelmed with it all. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles. Now, usually the Three of Pentacles talks about working together with other people to create something that is solid. You know, it's usually got a mason and a couple of monks and building a cathedral or something, right? This one's slightly different, in so much as there's only one character depicted, and she's absolutely not building a cathedral. She's sat in a cornfield. She's got three pentacles by her feet. Like, she's worked on those, she's created those, and now she's working on something else. But she's doing it alone. But because it's a 3, I feel like it's more about creation. It's about you creating something material in the world, right? You may or may not be bringing other people on board at a later date, but you're doing this now. And or if you're not, then you ought to start thinking about it, right? There's no sense of isolation here. It's like now is the time to put your head down and start bringing into the 3D the new structure, the new things that you want to build, like the new way that you want to live your life. You know, if you haven't been thinking about how you utilize all of this good stuff that's coming in, you know, how you not just have it presented to you, but make it stay, the maintenance of it, then this is something that you need to think very logically about now, right? Because doing that bit of groundwork in advance, and for me the Three of Pentacles is a card of doing groundwork, then you ensure the longevity of the new opportunities that are coming in for you, is what I think. Right, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm really happy for you, Pisces, though. This has been, it's really, really cool. Nice birthday present, if you haven't had your birthday yet already. And I shall be back in, I don't know, about like 10 days, 12 days, something like that, for the April monthly videos. It's absolute nonsense. Like, January was like, you know, decades long, and then I blinked and it was March, and I was all up in my feels and just, you know, suffering and stuff. And now I'm talking about doing April shit. Like, anyway, all right. Love you all, and yeah, I'll see you soon.